You're just funny. The way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Come here, though. Yeah, he's crazy, see? Who are you?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Are you ready?
Like nuts. I've been in my apartment. I've been good. I've been like exercising a little bit, but everyone else is just like, I don't know what it's gonna take. You know what I mean? So what have you guys been up to?
About the same, dude. We pretty much. Oh, there she is. I'm gonna add her in real quick.
Leticia. Hello.
Hola.
Hey, Leticia.
Sorry for being a little late.
It's okay. You're
Good.
Spanish. You're forgiven.
Yeah. How are you?
Good. What are you guys up to?
Nothing.
I like that cool chair.
Oh, thanks. Little
That's a
monster
monster.
chair.
I was gonna say, right? That's crazy.
What is that?
It's my gaming chair.
Ooh.
Makes me feel tall when I want to, and short when
Wait, do you game?
I do game.
What do you game?
Lately, Call of Duty Warzone. I'm fucking destroying that.
My roommate. That's all he does. Is Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to follow me, man, Little Stallion is the name of my tag.
I have a PS4 in the living room, and all I do is Grand Theft Auto and UFC is my big one now. I've been it twice, but now I'm about to beat it a third time. But yeah, I've never gone to COD or anything like that. I should, but
I bet Leticia's super excited. She don't have to hear that bullshit anymore.
Oh yeah, it's so annoying.
I
He's
have
always
to
playing
hear
the
it.
same thing. I'm like, are you not tired of like doing the same thing?
no, it's different every time.
All the random cursing and talking
Yeah.
shit to people. It's like, you don't even know them. Like, stop yelling at them.
Oh yeah, no, the live one that you do, Tony, like that my roommate does. You guys get intense.
Yeah, it gets a lot out of control sometimes.
I hear him every single night, like fuck, like
Yeah.
throwing shit. I'm like with his headphones, and he's just like this far away from his monitor. Just like,
Oh, I'm a different person for sure. Yeah, because I'll put the headphones in, but the headphones are linked up to the sound of the TV, so nothing's coming out of the TV. And then I could talk to him, and it's got a mic, so it's like a legit, like it's these fuckers.
yeah.
These are the real deal. So
Is that also a Monster headset?
yeah.
Wow.
So, but I'll link that up. So, like, if she's in the other room, she doesn't hear any sounds.
Just you
I
speaking.
Just me
hear
yelling.
him
Yeah.
slamming shit, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You don't communicate." I'm like, "Okay."
He's playing video games.
That's funny.
So, yeah, it's
What do you play it on Xbox?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played more board games, and then video games.
See, I wish we had board games, but like I don't have any over here. And then I think Simon only has like 2.
So what do you,
Yeah,
you're in Jersey for what? Just for family? Hanging
Yeah.
out?
My roommate's dog, like Pitbull, bit my face. So
What? Is that why you had a mark on your eye?
yeah. So then
Don't look like your face is bit.
Well,
on this,
Oh
yeah,
my
it
God.
was like it was worse because it was just deep. But it's small, but it's like so close to my eye that my mom was like, "Wow, you could have like gone blind in one."
Yeah,
eye.
crazy.
Dude, that's wicked.
what
They
triggered
should
that?
put the dog down, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the dog is so nice and so sweet, so it was like kind of out of nowhere. But he has a lot of anxiety, so I think that's why I came to like, you know, those bark box things where it's like the monthly subscription and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you get a whole bunch of toys in one box.
Right.
She was like showing us his bark box that came in, and she was just like dangling around his toys and showing us, like me and my roommate. And I guess he was like really excited to get the toy, but she wasn't giving it to him. And he started like crying a little. So I went up to his face and I was like, "Oh, is someone excited?" And then he just went,
Oh,
Ah,
that was a mistake.
yeah.
Shit.
That's crazy. You got lucky though. Yeah, you could have. If it was like a pit bull or something like that.
It
Yeah,
was
you.
a
"It was."
Well, like a big.
Oh, like
pit
a
bull.
big one. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's,
right.
he's like,
Like
he's
my
like-
mom's got a big boy, but he's a teddy bear. He's a puppy dog.
yeah.
I mean, but he's big. I mean, he's like jacked up, juiced up on
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sauce.
Mhm.
And Yeah, I mean, you go up to him and you say, "Hey, come here," and he'll hop in your lap, but it's like a 500-pound dog. So even if just playing around, if he tries biting you,
Yeah.
you're done.
I mean, I
Yeah.
played tug of war with him, and it's aggressive.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
loses.
they're really strong.
Yeah,
Very.
it's crazy.
That's scary. I've gotten bit in the face by 2 dogs.
Really.
Not my cup of tea.
Did they get put down after?
One of them did, yeah. Because he got me like right on my whole cheek.
Yeah, they had to flip a coin to see which.
So like, what's supposed to happen? You're supposed to like report it, and obviously we're not gonna. She doesn't want to do that. It's her roommate.
Yeah,
But like,
I mean, you just report it, and generally, especially if they're pit bulls, they're less lenient on that.
well, in Miami-Dade, it's illegal to have a pit bull.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so
completely illegal.
you don't want to. If you report it, they're gonna put them down.
Isn't that funny how we stereotype dogs?
Listen. I had a pit bull growing up. I thought they're really cute, and I thought it was great. And I thought this one's cute too. But they're just they're weird. This one's weird because she found them on the side of the street. So
We
He's
were
got
thinking about getting one though. You don't remember? Like
yeah,
you saw like the people at your gym have like a whole bunch of like they had puppies and you were gonna get one.
I do like them, but
I love pit bulls. They're such good dogs.
They really are. If you have to raise them from like birth though,
Yeah.
because like if you find them like later on, like they have like
Issues.
suppressed shit.
Yeah, I think he was like 7 months old or something when she
Yeah.
found him, like almost a year. So
That's crazy.
That's scary though. You got lucky, girl.
yeah, but it's so sad because like I still live there and every time I come home, like I still want to pet him and like hug him
And
because
you're just like, no.
he's so cute, but then I'm kind of like traumatized.
You're getting like PTSD every time he walks by.
Yeah.
I
I never
should just
know
get
how
a
he
scratcher and just pet him from afar.
Yeah.
Just-
Smart. So are you staying up there the whole time, Leticia?
I think I'm gonna leave after Easter.
Yeah.
Just to spend Easter here with my family and then go back because I'm tired of the cold weather. I miss the sun.
Yeah, I bet. Not that you can enjoy it, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
enjoy it a little bit better.
like, you know, waking up and it's like gloomy outside, it's just depressing. So
I love that.
even if you're inside, like I feel like you need some kind of daylight. So
yeah, like lately we've been we've been dealing with it kind of like the same way we deal with normal life. Like we'll wake up in the morning, you know, even on weekends, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever, have a cup of coffee, hang out, watch like an episode of something, and then we'll either start like working, and then around noon we'll go outside, we'll go for like an hour walk, right, just to get some vitamin D up in us, and then sometimes we'll do yoga, or we might try to work out a little bit. I've been working out every other day. She's been actually doing a pretty good job, you know, throwing up some apps on the TV and shit. And then we'll end our day at 5 o'clock and we'll have dinner, you know, maybe a glass of wine or something like that, a couple drinks here and there for the week. But we try to stick with the same schedule. Like we're not, you know, that's,
So
I think that's how we're staying sane. But
are you still working? Like, how's your workload looking like right now?
oh, it's brutal.
Is it
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because, you know, I'm not just dealing with vendors canceling stuff, but, you know, you talk about like we have the trailers that I set up at the vending spot. So now it's a matter of convincing them, hey, you know, even though we're not doing this event, let's try to book it for this date. But I can't reschedule it because we don't know the event
Right.
schedule day. So it's like trying to juggle all that stuff. And literally from when we got back from Bimini, I had 2 more events that month in March.
Uh-huh.
So from then, the week I got back all the way until I just found out the end of May, all my events are toast.
Right.
So now I have to redo all those contracts.
That sucks.
Yeah, I have to worry about new payments. You know, it's just a lot of paperwork and conference calls and calming people down and explaining why. And then you talk about from a sales side, I created all these incentives for the sales team, for the Coke team. So now I have to redo those incentives, POS that we made, custom POS. We got to take that down from the market. So it's like just a lot of little bullshit, but I mean, it could be a lot worse, obviously. I mean, it could have Corona. So I guess.
Yeah. But at least you're staying busy because I'm like, not. Like, I don't really, I've dealt with all that already because I do it at a way smaller scale and my events don't require that much money or that much infrastructure. I'm not getting stuff shipped out. I'm not really coordinating with any vendors. So that's all taken care of, and like I'm just
so like, are you managing like if Stay Fit does his thing, or should I be taking that over? You still got it?
There's just not much. They're not doing anything. So
New
we're
business.
just like, we're just waiting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting on. I mean, I spoke with Andrew about it. Like, we can talk about this offline later, but
Yeah.
like a possibility of using some of the budget to do like online rain videos through Stay Fit 305. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's doing that. I'd kind of rather just stick to our events and just
Yeah.
get more events out of it. That's kind of what I'm headed towards. That's what
Yeah,
I'm.
towards the end of the year, we'll make up for it.
Yeah, I don't really want to like take away the focus and start doing online workouts. Like Rain's already doing that on their own.
She like.
All right, so the
She
first,
was like,
I heard it was happy hour. So.
it is happy hour. So
cheers.
wait, Simon,
Cheers.
do you want us to wait for you?
You have to do it towards the screen.
Weak, dude. All right, cheers.
I'll get a
Salud.
white claw. Hang on, I'm gonna get a white claw.
Yeah, we got him. Caved in.
Yay.
So, Leticia, what about you with work? What's the deal there?
I'm not working. I'm just doing school still. I'm in my last semester, but
Are you
now
able to go to school or just online stuff?
now it's just all online, like Zoom
Ugh,
yeah.
Zoom meeting.
that is the worst.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I don't know. It's kind of good because it gives me time to just like really get everything done because you're home all the time. So like you just have to do schoolwork and whatever. So
For
it's,
sure.
like, it's fine.
There's the White Claw.
There he is.
Here we go.
Now you can do a legit
Good seeing you
one.
guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
This will make up for our week we had planned in Bimini, huh?
I'm so upset about that
I'm
still.
so mad.
Well, don't rub it in too much, babe, because Leticia
don't
can even
remind
go out.
her.
Yeah.
Leticia's so salty.
I was actually really annoyed because STFU and Party, I know it's like it's their Instagram, they have to promote it, but they're all like, oh, at least we had Bimini 2020, like peak of the year. And I'm like,
Fuck
where's
off.
my peak?
Yeah,
We had a
that
good
was.
time. So Brenda, tell me about it. What'd you guys do? I know you were only there for a couple of days, but what did you get a chance to explore? And what'd you think of the whole, like, obviously there weren't people, but like the hotel and the island itself?
I loved it. I mean, I think it's very not touristy, which I liked. It's very chill.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got to see the whole island. People are pretty nice, but I think it was, I mean, I don't know, because I wasn't there like the previous weeks, but I feel like the vibe was probably a little bit toned down considering all this
For sure.
coronavirus was starting to spread out. So like the resort was pretty empty, which I
Yeah.
found strange. People weren't like socializing, like even at the pool, they were like chairs away. It
Yeah.
was just weird.
Well, it was empty because they that week was supposed to be, obviously it's all reserved for STFU. So the few rooms that are available are like for casino players and some other people. So
Yeah.
even with up until that point, we still had everything booked.
Yeah.
And so that's why like other people couldn't be there.
Yeah.
It was just so, you could just feel the vibe though. Like people were getting the elevator like paranoid, like not touching stuff, like
That's very,
hitting
sure.
the buttons with the elbow.
yeah, the week before people were just complete opposite.
Did not give a fuck.
Sharing jewels, sharing bottles, everything.
That's probably why there is Corona.
But you know what's crazy? So, and this is exactly what we wanted to avoid. And I'm actually glad in hindsight that we, canceled the last week. So Just College is one of our competitors. And then there's another one. Just College did Mexico. And then there's one that does a cruise. Same thing, 3 weeks. Just College is bigger. They do 5,000 kids. But they were insisting to parents that it was fine. They ended up doing their third week, and 47 out of 70 kids just from UT Austin alone tested positive for coronavirus.
Wow.
So now Fox is on it, and like NBC, everyone, they're getting wrecked.
Good.
We haven't had any press at all, which is amazing.
Well, that's what they were talking about, like when they were trying to decide to cancel it or
Right.
not. They were all stressed the fuck out, sitting in the living room, like do we
Of course.
cancel it? Do we keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did. It sucks, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it worked out better.
we'll make up for it.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad that you guys got to go though for a few days just to see like Brenda.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, it was good for her to see that. Plus, I talked to the guys about maybe doing something, obviously in Vegas. That'll be our next thing. But
So actually, we'll talk about it later. But I just got a proposal. Me and JD just came up with a little proposal for Vegas.
oh, sweet.
So We're gonna send
Don't
it over
worry.
to you this week.
Leticia, we will rebook Bahamas. You know, it's fine.
Oh, Leticia's I already got my flights to Vegas last week for $135 round trip, so I got 2 of them. Leticia's coming.
Oh, sick.
You
There
should,
go.
if you can, book any travel we have now,
Yeah.
but far in advance.
Tickets are cheap as hell.
LA, September, $95 round trip.
Yeah, we just had to cancel our Nashville
Nashville.
trip.
I'm so pissed.
Oh,
So you got to go to Nashville.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And we,
cute.
and we went to the Bahamas, so we're even.
Yeah.
Good.
So sad.
And I was more upset because it didn't even say so, but it was Rogan and Chappelle. We had 2 tickets to see them in Nashville doing stand-up. They're touring, and they're only doing 2 spots in the country this year. Nashville's one of them, New Orleans is the other. But on their site, they're not saying that it's canceled. So I just kind of assumed it was. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to, because it's in 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
we're just going to cancel whatever. And so we got a credit on our Delta flight and our hotel, but the tickets, no credit unless it gets canceled officially, which it's not yet.
That's
It will though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, or it'll be postponed like Rolling Loud, and you know how that shit goes. It's like, we'll see you in
So-
2021.
So you're not the point of contact for Rolling Loud, right? Or are you?
Not for the contract piece, just locally.
But
So I don't build that contract because it's national.
they're under a lot of shit.
Oh yeah,
Like I don't know if it's gonna happen in February because they're postponing it to
it
next
is February 12th.
They're stupid because people were like they just announced now after they collected their 4th part of their payment plan or 3rd part of their payment plan, like scumbags. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a couple class action lawsuits headed their way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, Ultra, kind of the same thing, man. A whole year.
Yeah.
They didn't even refund nothing.
No.
But you know, like we have a lot of contracts that were built in, like our Swarm contract is built in like that, to where if something gets canceled or postponed, we don't need to issue payment for certain events, right?
Right.
So a lot of contracts are like that. So I would imagine Rolling Loud and Ultra probably have those bigger contracts where if you buy it and you're on that payment plan and it says if the event is canceled, postponed, or whatever, unless it's an act of God, you don't get a refund. So
course.
and it probably says act of God in the contract, which means this is not an act of God.
Right.
So like if a tornado went through, different situation, they'd give all refunds. But because it's an unprecedented event, it's not built into the contract. So
Crazy though. But yeah, I mean it makes sense from a business standpoint, you know, but
sure.
as a patron it sucks.
Yeah, when the patrons got to understand too, like when those events get booked, sometimes they pay for the artist far in advance.
Of course.
And the artists, yeah, like so like the artist that they pay millions of dollars to, like Marshmello or something, you pay him a couple mil. There's nothing in his contract that says, hey, if there's a virus, you got to give us that money. So
I mean that's what
when they
we're
lose
doing.
the money, they got to make up for it in ticket sales from.
So that's what we're dealing with actually a much smaller scale, but we're still working on it because we pay our artists in advance, obviously. So we're still working with the booking agents and managers to get that money back.
Crazy, man.
And I mean, if we don't get it it's still a lot of money. It's not as like ultra level, but still, you know, it's still money
How
that
much is a ticket for Ultra? Like, how long is it? Is that
I
2
think
days?
$500.
3 days. No, it starts at I think the cheapest. Kim would know. What's that?
Like 250.
I think they start at 249, but they cap off at 399 for GA. There's like tiers: 249, 299, then 349, and then VIP is $1,500. But you don't get anything. Like not even
That
open
is so
bar.
much money that
Yeah.
you're not getting back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That'd piss me off.
I think maybe that podcast might happen though, because I listened to like this like girl podcast. It's like these 2 hosts or whatever. They're from New York and they're having a show in Miami. I think it's April, like the middle of April, and they canceled all their other shows or postponed them, but then they're like, oh, we're still gonna have our Miami show and blah blah blah, and like the other ones that come before it. So
Really?
No.
yeah.
They're about to kibosh
I think
that.
they
real
might.
quick.
Yeah. Do you
Did they
think
call her daddy?
that one too? No, it's the Girls Gotta Eat one.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Do you listen to that one?
I haven't listened to it, no, but I've heard
I
of it.
have it in my list, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah. You know, it's a really good one is the Berardo podcast one. That's a good one.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay, I'll put that one. Are you on iTunes?
Yeah, I'm on iTunes.
Yeah, it's a good one.
iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartMedia.
Gotcha.
Actually, I'm not on that one, but
So Brenda, how's iHeart going?
It's going. I've had
Yeah.
cancellations myself on advertisers, and I've had to move dates and stuff, so that prolongs me getting paid on those, but it's
Yeah.
going fine. I mean, the companies that are, still open and providing services are reaching out still, so that's hopeful.
That's good. You happy there? You like it?
Yeah, I like it a lot. Now that I'm getting the hang of it, I'm good.
And at least you're at home now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you guys like working from? I mean, Tony, I know you always work from home, but
yeah.
do you guys like working from home?
I don't.
You don't?
I mean, I do to an extent. Like, I feel like when I start getting distracted, I'm able to do stuff around the house that I normally wouldn't do because I'm too tired during the week,
Yeah.
Like, I'll do the laundry and then I'll go back to work. I'll fold it, kind of go back and forth.
We've been getting a lot more shit done.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say the same.
It's kind of good because so we don't have obviously rooms. You guys haven't been to the spot, which reminds me, you gotta come out in like 6 months when this thing is over.
I'm ready now. I have
Now you have a reason.
Yeah.
It's a dick move, man.
I'm excited for you guys for the if the season happens. I'm pretty excited.
Well, if it happens and the Super Bowl is in Tampa this year,
Y'all are coming.
And the Bucks making is a stretch, but imagine if the Bucks make it in Tampa, incredible.
Sick.
It's gonna be insane,
dude. If that does happen, I'm gonna be getting like, I don't know, I'm gonna probably stay with my mom in St. Pete, and I'm gonna rent this fucking condo out
Yeah.
for like $1,000 a night.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No,
Because that's the smart.
That reminds me though, because I'll have to go out there too, probably for rain.
Oh, you definitely will. I already have a place booked.
You have a place?
Yeah. Like we're potentially getting like we're gonna do Gronk Beach again probably. I'm still working on where that's gonna be. Probably in Clearwater, and there's gonna be 2 or 3 after parties with the same guys that did Fountain Blue.
Right. But what I'm saying is I'm gonna have to be there with my team, and they're probably gonna put us in like a place far from Tampa because all the hotels are gonna be super expensive.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. You heard that?
Got you, dog.
I
Got you. As long as the season still goes on. Shit, who knows?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think college. I think is definitely canceled. Pro sports, maybe they might continue, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be weird. I mean, they're saying just in Florida, it's gonna be until probably the end of June. But Jersey's pretty bad, Leticia. No.
Yeah, it's like the second. I think New York is the first most infected. Like,
and then Louisiana.
No, Jersey second.
yeah, Jersey is second. New York is first, and then I forgot what.
Yeah.
But Florida's kind of in the top too.
Florida's
Yeah, because we're fucking idiots down here.
Top 5, girl. Yeah, buddy.
High five in that.
But that's crazy. Like,
I mean, they had a press conference just now about Seminole County in Central Florida because people that tested positive are still going out in public.
yeah.
And like they shut down the boat ramps because people were taking the fucking boats out with like 6 to 10 people on there. It's like, people, can you please? Like, I would like to go back to normal. Like,
Yeah.
just stay your ass home. Please.
And I didn't want to come back to Jersey because I was like, why would I leave like a less, like, why would I come to where it's even worse? So
Yeah.
I was just, I don't know. I didn't know what to do, but I just got traumatized with that.
But what I was telling Brenda and Tony is that Jersey like almost feels safer right now because everyone
nobody goes out. Everyone is like,
people that are outside are completely covered.
yeah.
Same with the airports. The airports are like, there's literally no one, like absolutely no one at the airports. My flight both ways had like 8 people and 12 people respectively. Everyone's spaced out like 6 rows apart.
Mm-hmm.
They're wiping everything down. So it's like, again, masks. So it's almost like, I feel like I'm more at a risk walking around Brickell here, gonna pick up food than being at an airport. Like,
For real.
people here so often.
Yeah.
They really are. They don't give a fuck. They're like, social distancing doesn't mean that you're just hanging out like 6 feet
They'll
apart.
go to the beach and they'll be like, no one at the beach, but like,
Yeah.
you're just supposed to stay home.
Well,
The problem is we're so used to having like hurricanes and natural disasters. When there's a hurricane, our first instinct is what? Hurricane party.
of course.
That's our first instinct. You know, you get your
Wow.
supplies and you do a hurricane party because we're so used to just crowding around people and being like, oh, life sucks. Let's all get together and have a shitty day together. So now we're trying to do that same thing here during a thing that you're not supposed to be around people. But we can't wrap our head around it. It doesn't make sense to us because we're like,
Well, to be fair, like when they released that like state mandated thing, did you read the actual form? Like the legal document that states like what you can and cannot do is not very clear.
no, it's very
It literally says just stay 6 feet away from each other. So if I go to the beach and I'm sitting 6 feet away from somebody, I can be there, right?
I mean, they're not enforcing anything because, like today I saw on
it's
social
tough to get
media.
approved too. You can't.
There's what?
It's tough to get approved through Congress to have a mandated,
Of course.
like not even Italy. I think Italy
Like
just,
our mayor fought
yeah,
to like do
like
it.
Italy just had a mandated, and so did China, but that was like 3 months in. So we're only a month in, if you really think about it. So overseas, they had a mandated stay at home, but that took months
And
to
China
get.
is also communist, so like,
Correct. Yeah.
well, you know.
But in this case, it's kind of better, no? Because if we stayed at home from the get-go, like March 1, think about it. If we stayed at home and it was mandated across the country, it wouldn't be
6
that bad.
weeks probably.
Yeah,
But-
everyone. I feel like some people were already like quarantining, and I didn't. I was like, when is this supposed to start? Like, I kind of didn't. I was
Right.
not even staying home. I was just going out because I saw everyone else. Just
Yeah.
It's like, what
It
are we
was a
supposed
gray
to do?
area.
yeah.
what
Someone should have been like, okay, this is the day that we're all gonna start staying home,
Right.
and
Yeah, but you can't. That's the thing. It's like that's what Tony was saying. Like the president has very little. He has no control over that. It's all based
No.
off your government and city jurisdictions.
Yeah.
someone should have
But you
said
can't
it.
move
I
them
don't
if
know.
they were like, you know.
It's stupid.
Well, even down here, we have a beach down the street that they put blockades for people not to go, and people were driving around the blockade and still going.
Really?
The cops weren't even going in there and saying like hello, like not
Get
ticketing
arrested for
anybody.
that. And
crazy.
so your guys' beaches are closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with all of ours are closed.
Well, what worries me the most is like when we start this thing up again.
It's gonna be scary
know?
shit.
Like I was listening to this really good podcast about, there was a doctor that knows a lot about, he either worked for the CDC or used to, but he talked about even if there was a cure tomorrow, it was on the Rogan podcast I was just listening to this morning, even if there's a cure tomorrow and we shoot up all the people that are, you know, infected with it, there could be thousands of other people that are infected, but this thing doesn't show symptoms for 14 days.
Right.
So you cure everybody. There's no more new cases. That's it. 0, right? We're down to 0 now. But
Right.
then there's 10,000 other people in Florida that are infected, but we won't know. So we go about our life 14 days. Everyone's fine. But then in that 14
Right.
days, those infected people that we didn't know were infected start infecting other people. And then now we're back to square one again. So it's like, it's just a very weird disease
Well, that's
and
the
weird
thing.
infection.
People keep going out. So, okay, you quarantined for 8 days. You go to the grocery store, but some asshole that's not paying attention goes to that same grocery store. Now you've been exposed to it. You don't know that because you're thinking people are smart enough not to go out because they're infected. And now your quarantine starts all over again
Mhm.
for 14 days.
Yeah.
So it's like, if
Yeah.
people are being stupid and going out, then, I mean, I'm doing my best, but I can't control everybody else.
Yeah.
I think it should be like the flu shot, where just everyone should just get the shot.
Well, that's what they're working towards, but they don't have that vaccine yet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when it does, you
course.
know,
But
Happen,
don't
yeah.
they?
It should be.
it's going to be a thing of the past. So we're going to build antibodies with the vaccine, and when no one's. It's like I was just thinking about that today. Maybe like in 2 years, it'll be like you get sick. Oh yeah, you have coronavirus. Whatever. Shot. You go home. Go. It's like antibiotics. Then you're good for the rest. You keep going. But like
Yeah.
we're at the forefront of something new. You know what I mean? So.
But
Yeah.
there's also been people that, you know, like there was a article, some 95-year-old man recovered from it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Some little boy that had like, what did he have? He was an autoimmune no, not scoliosis. It was something else.
Psoriasis?
No, not psoriasis. Cystic fibrosis.
Okay. That's
And
bad.
he survived it, and he was like 8 years old. So it's like there's potential.
Yeah.
But then again, this could also be natural selection.
Yeah.
Get out.
It's population control.
Yeah.
we
I
were
think
talking
it
about,
is, but that's the whole theory I have.
Like
Yeah.
it's your time.
yeah, we were talking about this on the last
Just why would
podcast.
it like mostly affect old people? You know, like that's kind of
Yeah.
messed up. They're not even doing anything. Like,
Exactly.
Well, okay,
Why
it
did-
affects old people, and it started in China, and Chinese is overpopulated, right? They already and they favor young males, right? And that's why they have the 1.5 child per hospital. They don't need old people in China. They're gonna
Yeah.
fabricate a virus that targets old people, right? That's my theory. But
Yeah. But doesn't China, like, don't they even have the rule where if you're a woman and you get impregnated and you have a child, you can only have
A
one
boy.
male
Uh-huh.
because they don't want you to reproduce as much.
Right. And
So if you have
female-
any other male or any other boys that, I don't know if they still do this, I don't want to speak out of tone, but I think they like either kill the baby or they throw it off a cliff. Like they do something weird where
I know they favor more males. So
course.
even if she were to get pregnant and had a second male, I think that's okay. But the females is when they start
maybe some
giving
they
them
give
up.
them up for there's so many female Chinese babies that are put up for adoption.
female. That's what it is. Yeah.
Female.
It's the
Because
females.
they hate
Because
females.
they're assholes.
Yeah. But that's
They
what, so
share the lineage.
that's what I'm saying. So like they do that already,
Of course.
right? Number one. Number two, they have this disease or this infection, but nothing can kill these fuckers. Like they just keep populating.
Listen, I'm just telling you, these crazy Chinese have been eating bats and rats for thousands and thousands of years. There's no way that spontaneously all of a sudden one ate a bat that happened to have this novelty coronavirus and now the whole
Right.
world's infected. I think it was fabricated, but that's me being all, that's my conspiracy.
Well, if it was fabricated, we just totally screwed up because I think we sent a bunch of ventilators and medical supplies to China. Did you hear about that? And then we ended up
Because they're having a second wave of it.
and then we ran out ourselves.
Yeah. And now, so Washington is actually sending ventilators to New York now.
Right.
They're more.
Yeah, because New York is like needs to be second priority. China's number one. Let's make sure they're good.
yeah.
Well, we'll deal with the most popular city in the country later. No big deal.
Well, New York is just such a hub for like all international flights. I feel like that's why it's.
What about Miami?
Well, Miami too, but like New York, a lot of people that come from Europe, they'll like connect in New York.
Yeah.
Even like to go to Dominican Republic, you have to connect in New York.
Mm.
So I feel like it's like a international hub.
Yeah.
Miami is too, but Miami is for like other destinations.
You know what's crazy though? So
City in general
Miami-
is like that. Like the whole entire city of New York.
Exactly. It's just like a petri dish of
Yeah.
crazy.
So New York is Miami is very international, especially for South America. But what's crazy is that the like countries in South America are taking very good measures. Like Peru, for example, which is where my family's from, is super. They locked their borders for 15 days 3 weeks ago. Like no one in, no out. They don't care if you're a citizen, nothing. But
Yeah, but there's only like 10,000 people that live there, so.
Peru,
I'm just kidding.
but they have way less cases. I think it's because they don't have the technology to test.
Right.
People are like Central America, for example. I was thinking of going to Nicaragua and quarantining there. Probably a bad idea. But people are just like living about their lives, and I just think people are tougher down there.
We should have quarantined in, like you should have just came to Bahamas. We should have just all the four of us stayed there. And
I literally thought about it. He was like, should we like stay? I'm like, honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen if we were quarantined in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
The only thing I was worried about was like, I didn't bring my work laptop, none of that.
No.
And I knew that we were going to be working from home. Like if I would have brought my laptop, I would have considered it a little longer.
Well, bro, think about it. If we stayed, because you know they shut down like 4 days after we left, right?
Yeah, the ferry and the hotel.
Done.
Yeah. Done.
So it hasn't opened up since.
Uh-huh.
So we would still be there. And then if this thing goes till June, we would have been there till June, bro.
Yeah,
With
and
the
guess
same
what?
7 pair of clothes.
What are we gonna eat? What are we gonna eat? Because the restaurant's closed.
Everything's closed. The
Someone
hotel's
is
closed.
and so we'd have to eat at the Conch Shack or Big Game or Big John's. That's it.
And then God forbid you get sick or over there. I mean, they got no hospital.
Nothing.
It's like
Yeah,
a cop with a fucking, yeah.
I was thinking when
It's
we
like,
were,
it's like New Jersey.
yeah, when they didn't cancel it because you guys canceled it like I think like a day before, but I was still kind of like, everyone's still kind of like seeing how it was going to go. And I was like,
Interesting.
okay, so if we do go and like Trump decides to just ban all travel, like no one in, no one out, which he probably wouldn't do, but I was just saying like maybe I would be stuck in Bimini with all spring break clothes, like shorts, bikinis, like nothing comfortable, nothing like essential. We'd have to be eating the same food all the time. Probably have to fish ourselves,
Imagine.
catch wild
That's
fish.
true.
in the sea.
That's so true.
I was thinking like that would just be awful.
Yeah, I think it worked out better that
Yeah.
we didn't end up staying.
Not to rub it in even more, but it was nice to be able to at least get some sun before having to be stuck inside for a few
Yeah.
days.
Where would people even stay if they got stuck there? Because the hotel is like,
I mean, the
Oh,
hotel
right.
was there.
I'm sure they would have accommodated. Like,
Yeah.
Just us, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but there would have been no housekeeping, no restaurants, no. I mean,
Yeah.
you would have to clean up after yourself. You wouldn't
And
be
they
able to get water.
probably, they maybe would have closed down the pools too.
You sure?
But the beach would be open, which is incredible.
Yeah, probably the
beach
only
is
important thing.
So beautiful. Yeah, we could take golf carts off to the shipwreck, and I'm sure the restaurants. I'm sure every restaurant in actual Bimini right now is still open.
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but not for like a whole month. That
No,
would
I would just be
over
bored.
it.
Yeah, I would be very, very bored.
Yeah, it would suck.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can only
worked out
take
better.
that for so long before you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'd like to go back to my bed now and not have to wear a bathing suit today.
Yeah.
But hey, a side note, because I can't see this, but how long has it been recording or videoing? Like how long have we been talking? Do you know, Simon? Leticia? Because it cuts off after 40
Okay.
minutes.
It says. Well, I got a notification saying that he had extended for an unlimited time, but I don't know how long it's actually been recording. But I know we got on at like 6:45 and it's 7:24.
All right, cool.
It must have been longer than that though. So have you been doing these a lot? These virtual happy hours?
Because Leticia took her time. I just kidding. No, it's going good, man. I did like 2 or 3 of them. I've done a lot of podcasts actually
Yeah.
this way, so it's it's been fun, man. I've been talking to people that I haven't normally talked to. So
Isn't that weird? Like, we're all sequestered and I see everybody more now via video than I do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so you guys have I saw you guys downloaded TikTok?
Yes, fuck TikTok. God
I-
damn it.
You don't
I-
like it?
I haven't
It's a
got
vortex. Like, I'm stuck on fucking TikTok.
let's put it this way.
I didn't do this makeup for you guys, by the way.
I was like, you look
It was
nice.
for TikTok.
She did it for
Are you guys
TikTok.
actually making videos?
they're making a ton of videos of these, yeah. I don't even have TikTok, but I see it on Tony's Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, if you're not following us, you need to.
I downloaded it and like I made a profile, but I don't know why I can't get into it. I'm like, some things are funny, some things aren't. Like, I'll probably spend like 5 minutes on TikTok and then like, I don't know.
It's
I
just
wish
so
I
much
could
work.
say the same. I
But, like-
literally scrolled through for an hour straight.
Like my roommate is obsessed with it, and then my brother's girlfriend Sierra is like actually like makes videos and stuff. But the thing is, like, I think it's a cool. Like, listen, as far as having a social media platform that revolves mostly around singing and dancing, I think it's cool because it allows people to be creative, right? And I used to sing and dance in high school and did all that musical theater shit, so I actually do like it and for that reason. But personally, I don't have the patience to go on there and be editing videos and trying to come up with creative content to be funny. Like, I just don't
I
have
guess
that.
I feel like now is the time to do it because everyone has so much time, so
Yeah.
it's fun.
Like, I don't have that type of patience. I hate editing videos. Like, I just use the sounds that are already in there. And that's the only way I'll do it. And I'll watch other videos. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And it makes it easy for me to cut. But any additional stuff, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely like
It's a problem, though.
if you didn't have, like, if you have no job, TikTok's the way to go.
Yeah.
Or if you're on quarantine, it's the way to go. But it's really cool because it lets you, like Simon, like you said, express yourself a little bit. So on that front, it's kind of fun to do. But I just can't see myself like spending time on it when I'm not in quarantine. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot of work. Like these fuckers are doing tutorials of like they're having like posts tape with their phones and fucking off the stairs and transitions, and I'm like, bro, like what do you do? And then I look behind in the background, and they're like, oh, their mom's in the background, so they're with their parents. Okay, I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
They don't have a job.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like I know once we get back to normal and back to an office environment, I won't be on as much. But now I have time. So I'm like, whatever.
It's funny.
Yeah, I feel like I'll get into it if I just like spend more time on the app. But right now I'm just like, whatever.
Like some people are really funny on there.
Yeah.
I like the ones that actually don't use the pre-recorded sounds.
Mhm.
Those ones are really funny.
Yeah.
But
that's cool. You should check it out for sure. But yeah, we've been having fun. I mean, just anything we can to keep our mind off this mess. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Like it sucks you guys aren't together. So hopefully Leticia can get back down there.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably gonna come back down in a couple weeks. I might go back up there, but it's getting pretty bad up there. So I don't know if I'm gonna take the risk. But
the only thing is Leticia's coming down. That's all.
Yeah, she'll probably come back down, and then
The thing that I'm scared about is that my mom is a nurse and she's working at the hospital right now. So she's like keeping her distance. She'll go to work, when she's coming back home, she'll change clothes and bleach everything. And she's like really taking precaution, but still she's like, there's 160 patients at my hospital that have like the coronavirus.
And it's airborne. So it's like,
yeah, she'll come home, go straight to the room, but like it's still airborne and I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait a little longer to see if something happens. If I'm
well, your dad's gonna probably come home for Easter too, right?
Yeah.
You should.
So I don't know.
that's stressful. Yeah, thank your mom for us, cause
Yeah, it's really cute. She'll come home and say like she's already had dinner and lunch or whatever, so she doesn't have to cook because everyone's just donating like a whole bunch of food to the hospital all the time.
Oh, so Tony, so I actually had like I think it was like 24 cases of rain donated to a hospital on Long Island Jewish. They're one of my buddies has a connection there, and I actually put him in touch with our market manager in Long Island in New York. And they're super appreciative of it. And I had some before they shut us down. I was doing the same thing down here, but it was pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. We've been donating a lot of stuff. I'm gonna do something with Intercom Radio, which is a CBS company, and I'm gonna give them a bunch of product across the country, and they're gonna donate it to first responders. We're gonna raffle off like a dirt bike and shit. So,
wow.
Monster's trying to do everything we can to help out. It's
good.
kind of definitely a crazy time. So, but it's interesting to see how everybody's kind of coming together. It's almost like, I don't want to say 9/11, but it's kind of like that type of feeling.
Yeah.
Like we're all one, we're coming together. But the problem is, unlike 9/11, 50% of people are not for this thing and 50% of people are.
Right.
So like once we get 100% people on board with staying at home, taking care of first responders, listen to doctors and professionals. Once everyone gets on board with that, we can really fight this thing. But until then, we're screwed. It's going to last forever if we don't listen. So.
Well, it's funny, brother, because they said this week, multiple sources have said it's going to be this week. Brace yourselves because it's going to be like 9/11 or Pearl Harbor. They made that comparison, which is scary,
That is scary.
That is very scary.
Wow. I mean, I believe it though. I believe it. It's a worldwide pandemic. I mean, this has never happened. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
My cousin's first
year.
Walter.
Yeah.
He just got pinned as a nurse here in Tampa, and
Your
his
friend?
first week, my cousin, his first week on the floor was when all this stuff started developing, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Well, at least it's only uphill from here. Like, it can only get better after this point." But at the same time, it's like he's young, he's being exposed, like he's working around the clock. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. Like if you think about it, like even world wars aren't really world wars. Like World War II was like, it was all about Germany being a prick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it was about one specific thing, but this is like a world.
Yeah. Everyone, every single one.
Every human being.
Safe.
I always
Every
think
human being.
like Hawaii, right? Hawaii is so far off the map. I mean, the closest plane ride there is from LA. It's 6 hours away. So I was like, there's no way that would ever get there. People are going to just be like doing the same thing, chilling. But Hawaii has 94 cases, which is nothing compared to other places, but like they're
Well,
taking
they're shutting down the airports.
yeah, shutting down airports, not letting anyone in. The beaches are closed. You can still surf, but you have to go to like breaks that aren't on the beach. So like just like anywhere you think of right now is getting hit hard with this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because there's that small amount of the population that just isn't
They're like, fuck.
listening to reason. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to mention his name, but even one of my good friends
Mhm.
decided to postpone his wedding and have like a massive fucking party. And I'm like,
Instead of a wedding?
well, they couldn't because the place shut down, but they're postponing it. But they kind of still had a wedding, but it's like, you're still doing a party. Like, bro,
That's crazy.
like this is
Yeah.
part of the
They
problem.
had like 20 people at like his parents' house. I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Someone could be infected, you know.
And you wouldn't know.
It's a big deal, man. It's serious. And I know it's I can't imagine like if we had our wedding and then we had to cancel because like I get it. It's hard. It's horrible. But you didn't lose any money. The place is postponing it. Like nothing's wrong.
Right. And what if you want to actually have like a proper wedding down the road versus like a makeshift last minute kind of thing?
Correct.
Well, sometimes it's about the date because I know like his friend wanted to keep the date. And I know a couple of other people that actually wanted to keep the date. But I had my other friend, she had her full dress and everything, but she only had the ceremony, her husband, and then both their parents. That's it.
Yeah.
So they're doing their full on like party and reception and all that next year on the same day. Yeah. But like this fucker, God idiot.
Easy. You might listen to this. And if you are, fuck you, bro. But yeah, it's just one of those things where people just gotta listen, man. Like we gotta, like I'm sick of being home. I love this girl, but it's a lot to handle.
Listen, working from home, okay, we both have to make calls all day long. You know how loud he is, and we don't have doors. So I have
loft, right?
Huh?
It's just
it's a loft. So
Yeah.
like I'm downstairs in the dining room table. He's up here, and he's on conference calls, like fucking yelling. And I'm like downstairs, like, okay, well, I can't make any calls right now.
It's real, man.
It's funny because I was thinking about this the other day. Leticia and I were like debating moving in together, but then we realized it just wasn't a good time. So
Simon's a bad influence. I get it.
no, it just the timing didn't work out. But my brother, my twin brother, ended up moving in with his girlfriend, and they moved to a 1-bedroom. First of all, I if we move in, I want to get a 2-bedroom. But so their spot is big. I mean, they have a big patio, but of course this all happened. So now they're literally both locked in together 24/7. You guys have been married, so it's fine, right? But they're still. I mean, they've been dating for years, but still, they're not. They just moved in together. So I'm like,
they're not even married.
No, I see the tension, and it's like, and like little things that are just like, and I'm like, wow. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to live with Leticia, but I'm kind of happy we didn't move in now because
it's funny because they were talking about how like this quarantine thing is either gonna make break relationships.
Oh, there's gonna be so many divorces
For sure. Yeah, either two things are gonna happen. There's gonna be a lot of babies in 9 months,
are gonna happen,
which is true. Number two is there's gonna be a lot of murders.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of like husband wife murders.
a lot of
across the whole
domestic violence. Yeah.
country.
Hey,
So,
there are days where I'm like, what the fuck? Get out of my face.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like Simon and I can spend like a week, maybe almost 2 weeks together, and then like we just kind of get annoyed of each other, and we like because it'll be straight. Like we'll not separate from each other for like the whole day, and then it's like
Even if it's like a couple
We'll get
hours
to
apart,
it.
you know, it's like a reset button.
Yeah.
Mhm.
you need at least like a day or like something.
No doubt. Well, like our reset is like we have little things like if she hates working out with me because I'm a control freak.
Right.
So she'll work out on her own, or I'll work out on my own. I'll go to the gym. I'll be going for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, or like I'll be up here playing video games for an hour or 2 hours, and then she'll be whatever doing her thing.
I put earbuds on and
just fucking
watch my show.
That's the escape. But yeah, you're right. That's important though. You got to do that every day. Every day you got to do it.
Yeah,
At least.
I like the schedule that you guys have going on. Like you're still productive. You still have like you
Yeah.
know, a time frame to do everything, because
Well,
kind of just waking up whenever and doing
Yeah.
whatever at whatever time, and it's like,
That would drive me insane.
damn, I feel kind of really lazy, and like, you know, it's just, if the days feel longer when you're not on
Yeah.
like a schedule.
Yeah. And remember too, keep in mind when we do when we like work, when we get up at 8 a.m. and start working, we don't talk to each other
Yeah.
at all
Yeah.
until noon. And then we'll have lunch together, we'll go for a walk, and then we don't talk to each other all day until 5. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like we're at work, because if not,
Yeah, it's too much.
you know what I mean?
well,
Yeah.
like Leticia has like some big exams for her teaching, you know, the FTC and whatnot coming up. And she was feeling kind of unprepared, but she's like, I feel like this happened like for me, because now I have all
Like this quarantine happened for me, so I can just stay home and study all day long.
That's what.
That's how much Simon loves you. He spread COVID-19
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right now you actually have to study, Leticia. Enough
All,
vacation.
all over the country. You just spread it for you. That's awesome.
I just feel bad for like all the people that, you know, like seniors in high school, seniors in college that can't have their graduation, prom. Like, fuck.
Prom, yeah.
That would be awful. Imagine you don't have that. Wah.
Well, dude, even like WrestleMania was supposed to be in Tampa. So
Uh-huh.
these guys, you know, I don't know if you know, but WrestleMania is this weekend. And I don't really follow it, but we were going to participate in it this year. And
As a sponsor?
no, we were going to do like a lot of like outsourcing and outside marketing and stuff like that with different athletes and stuff. Nothing crazy with WrestleMania.
Monster.
They're trademarked pretty.
Like Monster as a whole.
Right.
So is WrestleMania like a match or something, like a famous match or something? Because I know WWE is like.
It's like the Super Bowl of WWE. It's like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the
I
Mecca.
know like there's like WWE, there's
So now-
SmackDown, there's Raw. Like I used to watch that when I was
Sure. There
in
you
4th
go.
grade.
Yeah.
But-
So WrestleMania is like at the end of the year, the end of the season,
They
essentially.
like battle it out, right? The two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the big thing. And it was going to be in Tampa, and they even got, because they have a training facility in Orlando, and they even got booted from that. Like they're not allowed to go there and do it. So they had to like do it in the middle of tonight's the first, or yesterday was the first night, and tonight's the second night. But they're doing like matches in the middle of the like this cornfield. They like made their own ring, and they're televising it. No one's there. It's 2 guys and a TV guy. But think about that. Talking millions of dollars for one weekend.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like little things like that where it's like,
Well, I was laughing
You know.
because weren't you watching? They still held matches, but there was no one in the crowd.
no
And
audience.
It's like, how can you be hype when no one's like cheering you on or anything, and you're just like, like it's just.
They're like acting the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
But I feel like you feed off of like
yeah.
fans cheering. But
Of course.
no.
So strange.
So what about something like the Strongman, which is going to be in Bradenton again this year? Probably canceled, right?
Canceled for sure.
Or it's for the first weekend of June. So
Yeah. I mean, unless something drastic changes, but it might be the same thing where we had events that were, you know, kind of like WrestleMania where it's just televised. We'll do it live.
Strongman is usually it is televised, right? So that it's not like
But they have attendees though.
they do have attendees, but
So
it's
this year
less
it'll
than
be
any other
huge.
event.
Yeah. So this year it'll be 0 attendees probably,
Right.
and it'll just be the competitors, which is weird.
Well, we even had what is it in St. Pete?
Oh yeah, the Grand Prix.
The Grand Prix. They're like no spectators, but they shut down all of downtown St. Pete, and the cars are going in like the regular roads. So what? Nobody can like go up to the fence. So why do it?
Yeah.
Like there's
Well,
no
like the
point.
Arnold, but I feel like the Arnold actually ended up like they kind of eased up on it, right?
Yeah.
Because I
Well-
saw there
Well,
there
the
were-
Arnold still happened, but they didn't. They only had family and friends
Yeah.
of like competitors and stuff
yeah,
like
but
that.
that-
But that's a
everyone was
lot.
family and friends.
Well, bro, think about it too. Like this type of shit's gonna let companies realize that, you know, like WWE and the NFL maybe, you know, there's gonna be a lot of companies that are gonna look at this and say, we don't really need spectators. Like it's important, but now in the streaming world, like maybe we do something in virtual reality instead. You
Yeah,
know, maybe
save a
people
lot of
sit
money.
at-
They
I'll
make
give that
too much
budget.
money with people like
Budget.
buying
No, but-
season tickets.
But here's the
and stuff
thing:
like
you
that.
do virtual reality, you put on goggles, you still pay the same amount of money. People will do it.
You know, it's crazy. I
know,
didn't
and
bring
you
that up.
watch
I've been saying this for a long time. As far as you're always gonna have like big events that you absolutely need, right? But from
Yeah.
a vendor and a brand standpoint, like I take field marketing for example. I think eventually, like you realize you're not gonna need a lot of like field marketing teams because everything can be digital and you can use all that money at way better bang for your buck. Kind of how I use the example of Fashion Nova, right? Fashion Nova kills it, and all they do is online marketing. So this is gonna help a lot of medium-sized companies realize that their budgets are better off instead of spending it on field teams, doing stuff digitally.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of along what you're saying. Obviously, I don't want that, but
Yeah, of course. Well, and overhead too. I mean, it's
overhead's crazy. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Target, they wanted to probably shut down their doors for a while because Amazon's kicking ass. So
Uh-huh.
now I would like to see a Target that's emptied out completely, and it's only a warehouse, and you only buy Target online. You get a Target Prime membership, and that's it.
No.
I love
I love my ass in fucking Target.
Yeah.
Watch.
I went to Target today. I was gonna get a rug, $40 more expensive at Target, so I'm gonna order it at Amazon today.
But you know why though? It's because they have to pay for employees, rent, build.
The rent, everything. Yeah.
All you gotta do is cut that out, and now it's Amazon and Target head to head, no competition.
But then what? The future is just going to be all online
Yes.
shopping?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I like
It's like-
physically going into a
Hold on.
store.
Hold
It's like
the
Blockbuster all over again. It's just nothing
Real.
anymore.
hold
For
the
real.
fuck. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. See, you're talking about the Blockbuster days as if they're the best days.
They were.
Hold on. I know because I'm 35 years old, so I know. What I'm saying though is both you motherfuckers, including this motherfucker, would love to have Netflix over Blockbuster any day of the
No.
week.
No, I remember. Yeah, I remember
It's
going to
just
Blockbuster.
it's annoying going there.
And they all
I
sucked.
used to love going to fucking Blockbuster and picking
The
out like
snack,
the new
wasn't it?
movie.
Yeah, snacks.
It's like this is like
It's
no,
funny
this
The
is
how
only
like
reason I
the
resorted to
movie-
Netflix is because fucking Blockbuster shut down. What
No.
else am I gonna do?
it's because it's way better and it's cheaper.
I'll still go to Redbox. I
you
still
know-
play CDs in my car.
Yeah. But the thing is with Blockbuster, if you went and rented out that one movie and you started playing it and you didn't like the first 2 minutes of it, you can't just like exit out of it like Netflix and then watch something else.
Well,
You
absolutely.
with that
How
That's
about-
why
how
younger
about-
people will never know the struggle.
Yeah.
You gotta
No,
soak
I
up
love
that fucking
Blockbuster.
movie.
How about the VHSs before DVDs when you had to rewind it at the end of it, or if not, you would get a fine.
Yes. There was nothing worse than you getting a VHS and it getting stuck in your fucking VCR. And you couldn't return it, first of all, so you would get charged for that fucking movie.
Yeah.
And it was like a panic trigger when that fucking ribbon got stuck inside the VCR.
The bottom line is it's capitalism at its finest. Something came out better, and I loved Blockbuster, but Netflix is $12 a month. You can use it on
It
any
is
device.
$17 a month.
Okay, call it $20 a month. One Blockbuster movie was like $8,
Yeah.
It was like
right?
yeah, and a VHS back then was $29.99. I remember.
And it was for a day, $8 for a day.
Yeah.
But now, let's say it's $20 for Netflix, and you can watch it at a red light. That's madness.
Yeah.
It's way better. It's not even a comparison.
You know what's
This is
crazy?
why
My
I'm
dad,
a
my
nerd,
dad
right?
was on Netflix when they would send you CDs to your house. In the
Yeah,
mail.
yeah, me too.
I remember that.
They
Yeah.
still do that.
You had to
I
like
know.
request it and then they would send it.
Yeah, you had like
And you
you could do
couldn't
like
order
5 a
more than-
month. It was like $10 a month that you could have like 5 or maybe it was unlimited. I don't know, but I thought it was like super cool. My dad was like, "It's gonna."
Yeah.
He should have invested in Netflix back then. He's like, "This is gonna crush Blockbuster." But
Yeah. Well, like what I love the most is Amazon Prime. You know, they're starting to do this Prime Cinema. Have you seen this?
no,
So movies that are in theaters now, but because of COVID, obviously it doesn't make any sense. So now Prime Cinema is getting that digitally, and you could just buy the movie for $20 right now today.
Yeah.
So it's in the theater currently, but no one can go there. But
Yeah.
$20, which if you think about it,
That's per movie ticket.
$12 a ticket we normally spend, no?
Yeah.
So then if you're AMC, why are you thinking, why am I even having a theater? Why don't I just open up my own? I'm telling you, in 6 months, this shit's going to get fucking
Ugh,
crazy.
I hope that's not the case because I personally love the physical
Movies are
thing
fun
of going
once
to a
in a while.
movie
They're
theater.
Me
fun.
too. We go there for like date nights. It's
Yeah,
cute.
like you go
what
get the popcorn that someone else makes for you.
Yeah, which
Someone
is people are
else
not
poured
thinking
it.
about it. How disgusting is that? People are coughing all over those giant buckets. It's just
So
like
And we're just fucking eating it up.
So gross. That's
That's
what
why
happens.
it's so good.
Yeah. That's what happens. The extra phlegm makes it good.
$12 for like a Hershey's bar. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, but we'll probably have to cut it, man. We're getting to 40 minutes. But this was on. We should make this. If this is going to go on for another 6 months, we should make this like a weekly thing.
I'm down. Yeah.
Okay,
Do
yeah.
it. I'm always down.
Yeah, Leticia, you coming down anytime soon? You said it. What?
Yeah, I
Easter?
will. I'm gonna come after the 12th.
Okay.
Easter, after Easter. And then once this passes over, I think we do owe you a trip to Tampa because I've never been up to that place. And I was actually looking at maybe like go to Naples for a weekend. So yeah, it'd be cool to get up to the west side.
Sick,
Come
man.
on up.
Yeah, dude, our swells are pretty rad up here, man. 4 foot. Whoa.
Wait,
You're a
really?
liar. No,
There's
they're
no
not.
way. No, there's no way.
Not
It's-
at all. It is Gulf of Mexico
But
water.
randomly, I have a buddy that lives in Tampa, and randomly, like once a year, if that, he'll like score some good little waves up there. But
Yeah, hurricane season. That's it.
Yeah, that's the only time.
Which is coming up, by the way.
and it's
We're
supposed
gonna
to
get
be
fucked.
the worst one we've had in a long
Yep.
time.
I
So
heard
if
that.
this continues with hurricane season, the world's gonna end.
Oh, what's going to be great is what if this gets like so great, like by June, they're like, hey, there's no cases. We actually found a vaccine. It works perfectly. Everything's fine. And next thing you know, it's the worst hurricane season we've had in July. So
It's
my
gonna.
God.
That's gonna happen.
yeah.
The
So
only thing worse
Floridians
is if this gets dragged out through June and a huge storm hits in June. So now we're out of toilet paper. Now we're out of canned food. Now we're out of electricity too and water.
Now we're just fucked.
our life's over. Poor Puerto Rico. That's all I have to say is those poor
Yeah,
bastards.
they've been through this, and they're gonna keep going through it.
They're screwed. All right.
Well,
let's-
even them, they fucking shut shit down quick.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, they're still out of power from like last year's hurricane.
yeah. So that's easy for them.
They're like, we were good. It's fine.
Yeah,
All right. Well, this was fun. Let's do it again next week, maybe.
yeah.
Brunch, eh?
Sunday brunch.
Sunday brunch. Literally get dressed up and everything and just have a fancy ass meal.
Yeah, like frittatas and
Yeah.
really-
I'll buy a couple bottles of boo for myself. So.
there you
It'll
go.
be like a potluck, but not really because we're not sharing it.
Yes.
So like we
Yes.
should like tell each other what we made.
I love it.
Yes. Let's do that.
Bring
That's a
your
No,
great
for
idea.
real. I want that.
Or maybe we make like 2 dishes each, and then like we try it at the same time. Like, ooh, you try mine.
Oh
that's-
yeah.
That could be super gay and fun.
Made it. All
All right,
right.
guys,
Bye.
be safe.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Don't go outside.